Good morning, Berlin! Thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Peter Hochstetter, and we have an action-packed show for you today. We'll be diving into some major developments going on in our empire. Let's start with our top story. In tonight's top story, the crown of the German Empire has broken its silence, revealing shocking details about the Kepler conspiracy. Initially thought to be the work of Kepler, new reports confirm that the true mastermind was Interior Minister Werner Weierstrass. Weierstrass sought to declare Berlin the Third Rome and crown himself Consul of Rome, a move that would have undermined the empire itself. Thanks to the loyalty of Minister Saarbrücken, Minister Calvin Candy, General Major Bernie Mueller, and Councilman Gabriel Fundmacher, the conspiracy was swiftly extinguished. Emperor Hendrik Baumer, back from his nationwide tour, ordered Weierstrass's execution in the Pantheon, a stark reminder of the empire's commitment to justice. In recognition of his loyalty, Saarbrücken has been promoted to War Marshal by imperial decree. However, despite the official proclamation, reports from Berlin suggest growing tensions. Heavy military mobilization surrounds the government districts. With the Kaiserguard now concentrated at the Pantheon, many wonder if Saarbrücken's rapid rise is a reward or a strategic move to consolidate power. In a significant development, the Royal Treasury has sounded the alarm over major unpaid debts to the Crown. Royal Treasurer Matthias Kramer issued a notice stating over 1 million Deutschmarks are outstanding, owed under the January 28th budget decree requiring 30% of federal GDP to be paid to the Crown. Kramer has offered a compromise allowing the debt to be reinvested into the Reichstag reconstruction project, but if no deal is made, normal recovery actions will begin immediately. In a surprising twist, the Präsidentsicherheitsdienst, or PSD, has offered to step in and pay off tire debt. They want ownership of the German Complex building to serve as their official headquarters. Sources confirm a contract has been drafted between the PSD and the Ministry of Finance, but it's still unclear whether the deal was finalized or if the debt remains unpaid. We'll keep you updated as this high-stakes financial standoff continues to unfold. In other notable news, Party Chairman Erdrigan Voss and Bomberworks Chairman Chan Wei hosted a special Battle of Essen gala to commemorate the famous battle and raise funds for the Reichstag repairs. The gala was a resounding success with over 500,000 Deutschmarks raised during the event. The funds will go directly toward the much-needed repairs of the Reichstag. The event was a reminder of the strength and unity of the German people, as well as their unwavering support for the government's restoration efforts. And now we'll take a look at the weekly forecast. Frederick, what's the weather looking like out there?
Thank you, Peter. You know, the weather, it's hot as fuck. I am shorting through my shit. Back to Peter in the studio.
Thanks, Frederick. Now, moving on, the White Rose Party has officially begun offering certificates of standing, now required for anyone wishing to wear the uniform of the German party administration. According to the newly released regulations, only individuals with Tier 4 party membership or higher can apply, and the certificate comes with a hefty 50,000 Deutschmark commission fee. The Ministry of Truth has been granted automatic access due to prior service, but everyone else must be approved by senior party officials. Unauthorized use of the uniform will result in charges of impersonation. Party officials emphasize that the uniform represents the virtues of the empire and must be worn with honor. Shifting gears now to the halls of justice, Minister of Justice Calvin Candy is wasting no time bringing reforms to the empire's legal system. The bar exam has been updated to match the latest law book, with a new passing score set at just 60 out of 130. It's now easier than ever to become an attorney, prosecutor, or judge. All old bar IDs will be purged by the end of the week, so be sure to update yours. Candy also issued a key clarification. The controversial National Security Enhancement Law was nullified earlier this year, and any protections or powers it gave are no longer recognized in court. To protect soldiers and officers, new desertion standards now require a real document to be presented, like rosters or appointment records, before charges can be even considered. No more trials based on rumors or verbal claims. Finally, external courts across the Empire must now send updated rosters, criminal codes, and leadership notices directly to the Ministry of Justice or face penalties for subversion. Calvin Candy's message is clear. Law and order must be transparent, accountable, and firmly enforced. That wraps up today's top stories, but we're not done yet. Good Morning Berlin would like to welcome General State Attorney Werner August von Lindemann to the studio for an exclusive interview. Welcome, Mr. Lindemann. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Peter. It's a pleasure to be here.
So let's jump right into the questions here. My first question for you is, when you became the General State Attorney, what was the state of the GSA's office?
The previous General State Attorneys had not been nearly as proactive with the office. It had zero personnel aside from the existing General State Attorney themselves. They were conducting all their investigations themselves, and from my understanding, none of them resulted in any arrests or documentation.
Interesting. Another question. How has the General State Attorney's office changed since your predecessor?
With the help of the Justice Minister Candy, we've had some excellent expansion in our scope and our employment. We've currently got 5 assistant state attorneys who are currently practicing to take the bar exam, and 2 assistant state attorneys who have already taken the bar exam and are fully qualified. Our organization has grown, and we've also, as I'm sure the public is aware, begun several high-profile cases.
As of now, how successful have your prosecutions or defense of government, but mainly how have your prosecutions gone so far?
The initial, the defense of the appeal for Lucius Helgo was effectively a lost case that wound up in my lap due to just the circumstance surrounding the case. However, the second case convicting him was successful. He's a good fellow, and I appreciate his service to the government, and I'm glad that the against has been vacated so that he can continue his service with our government. As for other cases, we've investigated the bank accounts of Wilhelm Kepler and discovered large amounts of unlawful material, copies of socialist books that he distributed, and unlawful foreign weapons. We've begun investigations into the commission of the Reichstag fire in coordination with the Grand Inquisition. Currently we have no named suspects, however there are 4 individuals of interest we're looking into.
So another question I have is, what are your thoughts on isopods?
I think they are a lovely creature. They are absolutely delightful. I think I keep a couple in a tank in my office. They often amuse our visitors with their unusual noises and appearances.
Wonderful. How has your tenure been as the Count of Salzburg?
It's been very well. The territory of Salzburg was badly damaged in the liberation of Austria, but thankfully, we've managed to turn it around, and now Salzburg is the real cultural center of Austria with regard to its place in the German Empire.
Very nice. I like Salzburg. I've been there once. Final question I have. Is there anything you would like to tell the people of Germany?
I think it's important that the people of Germany are able to feel secure and know that no matter what happens, whatever they can hear of, whether that be rumors or truth, that there are people who are willing to defend the empire, who are willing to defend the emperor, and preserve its laws and the liberties of the citizens of this empire.
We would like to thank the General State Attorney for his time and for coming on the show today. Thank you all for joining us on another edition of Good Morning Berlin. We appreciate you. Stay safe, stay informed, and stay strong, Berlin. And as always, see you in the next reel.